not the same as it used to be. Soul Assumption is still very strong for laning phase and stuff like that, but you tend to play around birds and act as a pseudo frontliner. So let's see what he's going to be able to do. I'm looking forward to Vacuum Bird Stun, Resummon Bird Stun, stuff like that for the Wombo combo. But looking at Aster, they're more about kind of the Wombo combo. They have Song, Ravage, Tombstone to kind of set things up here too. And we're going to have to see if, you know, got to mention 9 since, you know, they did pick this Razor to counter Lesh. Will he go Blade Mail? Will it work because of the extra layers of heal that's going to be coming out from IO Undying? We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, so far, when it comes to kind of the lane setup, you know, outside of that mid, I mean, who's going to be having a tough time, do you feel? Like, the impact of the Visage from the support position, you know, where does it feel the strongest? Or would you imagine it still feels the strongest? Is it going to be the early game, the laning presence?
Early game laning presence, yeah. I think Blood Grenade might actually make this... I'm looking forward to seeing it because I want to see how the potential of it, because I think Blood Grenade might actually make this really good. Just for the lane. Because you Blood Grenade, you get like 2 or 3 spells, and you're going to get like 2 or 3 Soul Assumptions. If you get 2... If you get a 3rd Soul Assumption, pretty much any hero in the game is dead in the laning phase. So let's see how it ends up working out here and how much aggression they can actually pose with it. As all right, they're going to send Sneyking top with 33, and they're going to have Aoi laning bottom with this.
What's this to try and dodge or to try and force in terms of matchups?
They want the Bat in particular versus the Nagasiren with this Darkseer. Now they actually have ways to kill the illusions, right? They have an Ion Shell, they have Flame Break plus Firefly. You can actually do some decent damage. 33, it still looks like it's going to be a tough lane for him in particular because
he's dead.
And yeah, he's just gone.
I'm going to be able to get that first blood there. 33, not able to run away at level 1, of course, with just the Iron Shell.
Yeah, but I think this is, either way, it's like this is the lane setup that they kind of got to do. And the Visage versus the IO bottom, you could get some decent burst damage with a Bloodseeker. And Bloodseeker, I see he's got Blood Rage level 1, so Blood Rage plus Soul Assumption too. Some cool, interesting stuff. I mean, it's Tundra. They've always got some stuff there they've got figured out, so.
We'll see if they are able to bully XXS and BoBoKa at all in this bottom lane. Difficult though. A lot of sustain here between them. And, XXS, a tanky lad.
And even though they did get that kill up top on 33, I believe Monet actually did not get many of the last hits on the waves. He skilled net level 1, but they killed him even without it, so actually ends up missing like 3 or 4 last hits under the tower.
Yeah, I mean, obviously having that early point in there, maybe it'll set up for another chance to kill him despite 33 you know, having potential to put the points into Surge.
I mean, I'm always a fan of having like the 1-1-1 skill build on the Nagasarens. Yeah. I know a lot of the carry players are very anti-getting those early net points, but it's really good, honestly, especially if you have a bullying support like this that can just set up for solo kills, so I don't mind that he gets it level 1. It's a little awkward, but whatever.
Yeah. CS in the mid lane seems pretty even right now.
Yeah.
Is this to be expected? No, not really a matchup that we see a lot. And obviously we saw it the other time that Tundra did pick this mid Razor, but Razor against Lesh, not the common occurrence in the mid lane at this patch.
I don't think it's so much about the lane that 9 wanted. The lane he can do fine, but it's not like he's gonna ever like beat a Lesh. Lesh is gonna be able to farm fine because you can't get Link. Look at the movement speed. You have 45 movement speed advantage on a Lesh over a Razor, so getting a good connection with Link is very unlikely. But he is gonna keep his own. He's gonna hold pretty much dead even with Sumail throughout this laning phase, rather than bullying him.
Sure, and then the whole plan is to get this Blade Mail as we saw him do before, and then anytime the Lesh turns up to a fight, make sure you're there as well in return.
If that's the idea, if he does actually go the Blade Mail. I think the heals maybe dissuade him from going for it, but we'll see. He might just do it anyway. Because I'm just wondering if the IO plus like the Undying and stuff like that, plus eventual, they'll have auras really early on.
Sure, I mean, but then what kind of build are you going as mid-Razor?
It's a good question.
What else do you think you could be theory crafting when you're playing this hero in this position, this patch?
That is a very good question. It's usually, I mean, I think it's just strictly BKB most of the times, but I'm not sure because I don't really see this hero too much anymore. I still think he can go Blade Mail BKB, but I'm just wondering if he's gonna alter because of the heals and stuff.
I mean, so far in the lanes, definitely Monet having the tougher of the times.
Yeah.
Even though he did have that involvement in the first blood, not having the easiest of times CSing against 33 and Sneyking.
It's definitely not the easiest lane because he's under kill threat constantly.
Yeah, that Sneyking trying to get in underneath the tower. Point in there, of course, will hold back the Bat Rider, but the Surge comes in.
The Firefly.
They're just going to continue to cause issues for Monet here.
Okay, they've got Tombstone. They'll push him off. I don't believe Sneyking was Ion Shelled either. I think 33 was low mana. But yeah, they have so much magic damage. 33, he's going to die for this aggression.
I mean, this is good for Aster. You know, sure, they're not getting the CS, but getting these kills, definitely going to give Monet that nice XP. And
He needs those kills.
As long as he's able to sort of survive through this lane and against this aggression from Tundra, you know, Monet's going to be able to catch up.
Yeah. He needs these kills though in the lane because he is getting slowed down a ton on last hits. He's actually 400 gold behind the Bloodseeker. So skiter just being able to sit in his lane since he's a Bloodseeker versus Tide. He's perfectly fine in this one. As you said, Monet. Every time Firefly is up, like Sneyking just gonna burn down the illusions. They can go for kill threat if Monet's not careful. With a bonk back, a blood grenade, and then just a surge ion shell. The thing that's gonna push them away from doing that every time will be the tombstone, so see how they play around the cooldown of it in particular.
Mid lane.
Dead even.
Sumail able to keep 9 very low though. Water runes have already been taken. It's just down to the stick charges and the Pharaoh Fire, so 9's gonna have to be a bit careful around this next wave or so.
They're like 60 gold difference between the two of them there, but yeah, Sumail having this raindrop actually protecting him a lot. 9 not having one. Gonna be able to absorb a lot of the harassment at bottom.
They're trying to get aggressive here, but the sustain's coming out from BoBoKa. XXS, he's gonna be okay.
Can't go for him. There's an IO.
And I feel that that's probably going to be the story of this bottom lane for quite some time now. Like, will there ever be the opening for Bloodseeker and Visage to have enough damage to overcome one of these two heroes in this combo?
Perhaps when skiter hits 6, if the Tide doesn't have just like an instant TP, because if you rupture him, he just instantly TPs out or something, so we'll have to see about that. I think you have to go for the IO, but it's never going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, XXS is always going to be able to step up and try and bully you back from the IO.
9 might just get dove here in the mid lane. They have a tombstone available.
This looks to be a sure kill. TPs are coming in,
Nice
but
move.
nothing can be done there to save 9 from the gank.
Okay, Sumail low on mana. I can't actually go for the play here, but they're rotating the IO over. BoBoKa, he's got a healing Lotus up. Sney's actually going pretty aggressive.
Not going to have enough damage to take down Pichu.
No, but it's around the 6-minute power rune, so Sumail, he's going to be able to... Oh, I say he's going to be able to get the bottom rune, but Aoi sneaks his way through. Nicely done. 3-0, but the gold actually favoring Tundra just because of the difference between the Bloodseeker and this Naga Siren, the way that these lanes are going. Bloodseeker absolutely free farming Naga, even though Monet's gotten a kill, getting slowed down. 24 last hits. That's one of the lowest I think I've seen.
It's not been an easy lane for him, but I feel he's going to be able to recover though.
I do too.
I don't think it's too concerning really for Monet that he's having this slow start. I think it's going to be alright.
Because how many like he's not getting bullied out of the lane or anything like that so much because of, but he's I guess just getting a couple misses because of the aggression that they posed onto him there. So slowed down mildly, but yeah, he's level 5. Treads are done. He goes to jungle and he's able to outpace a Bloodseeker's kind of farm, even if he has this type of incredible lane. But skiter is large. I believe he has Phase Javelin already. So maybe, yeah, Phase Javelin, they have Rupture. As long as they have some way to stop XXS from just TPing out, then they can maybe pose a kill threat onto him.
I mean, which they kind of don't, right?
They don't have the best stuns.
Not until 6 is on Aoi, or...
No.
And then outside of that, it's going to have to be like 33 with a vacuum, but he's probably not going to be looking to go down bottom anytime soon.
They're very limited on stuns.
And you know, the two supports, they need to hit 6. So... Rupture could be hard to use early on. Because, yeah, TPs are going to be the name of the game for Aster.
Yeah, maybe
top lane, Sneyking. He's going to get punished this time.
Tombstone too good.
And, you know, I mean, Monet, he's getting involved in this action. 1-0-2, low on the CS,
33.
but been a few attempts on his life that have been unsuccessful. 33 is going to go for the TP out, and he will make it away. Sumail not able to provide enough damage at this stage to kill him off in time. So 33 will live, but this is opening up space for Monet now to have a free top lane. Yeah, this Naga Siren is going to be fine. I think it's going to become a problem. I mean,
I agree.
What are sort of Tundra's best measures to deal with a Naga Siren that does get space? Well, see, over there in the mid lane, TPs is the name of the game. They drop a Rupture, TP out.
We're going to see that so much.
It's going to be perfectly fine. It's going to be difficult to use this early strength that skiter's managed to amass, I feel.
Yep, I definitely agree with you there. The things that they do have to do with Naga Siren, though, is, I mean, they will have a lot of magic damage overall throughout the game to clear it.
They're going to put the Ravage for this.
And okay.
Ravage into the stun. Skiter's gone. Sumail joins forces with XXS to take down the carry.
And now they have Meteor Hammer, so they can actually potentially start setting up for a push here. 9 is going to swing back around. There's a sentry prep for him.
Yeah, they're gonna turn us down the ground. 9.
He's in trouble.
He is in a whole lot of trouble. Not just skiter going down on the bottom lane, 9 as well. I know the gold it's only less than 1k, but already some early signs that I feel are a little concerning for Tundra.
Definitely.
I feel like Aster, they're going to be very happy with this opening.
And it's easier for them to, I would say, overall make these kind of plays because they have stuns and disables. So for Tundra, We'll see how they end up fixing all of this. Aoi, I feel like he has to find his level 6.
Oh, look at that as well.
Success, the
With
meteor.
the meteor hammer.
I like it.
You're not getting into that gate. And the
They
stun. Sumail's able to catch Aoi before the TP out is there. There's just no escape.
Finding kill after kill after kill. Tower's going to get pressured really early here from this Edict and Meteor Hammer too. Setting the tempo. 7-0. Even though that, as we said, the gold, you know, they're farming a very Tundra kind of thing, but they are kind of demolished.
It just seems difficult for Tundra's heroes to kill Aster's heroes. You know, they're going to be beefy, they're going to be tanky, they're going to have sustain, both supports, able to provide backup, heals. So for Tundra to find openings to actually get kills this game, I think it's pretty difficult.
And Razor's died twice already. So he is 1,500 gold behind Sumail. I don't think you can do any... I don't know. Does he actually still have to just go Blade Mail? This feels awkward now at this point.
It's super tough to play out for a mid-Razor from this sort of position, absolutely.
2 deaths really hurt. They knew how to play around it. I mean, they did... This has kind of been Aster's forte throughout since they got Sumail.
Yeah. Playing
around him, right? Rotation from the Undying to the mid lane to set him up for success, and then... I mean, they did just have that sentry down bottom, but...
Yeah.
Blow up 9 instantly.
Up top, they're going to look for Pichu as Sneyking diving
6.
in, but they're a little hesitant.
He's too tanky.
Oh, I'm fully committing for this
Sneyking
Undying.
is just going to go down, I think.
He's trying to take out the Tombstone, or get the Tombstone. He's
Oh.
got the lasso. Oh, I didn't
gets
get the
him.
kill.
All right.
Sneyking getting the first kill on the board for Tundra here.
I didn't see the Ion Shell, actually. It's impossible to see on Batrider. So I actually didn't think that he had it on him. I think that maybe caught the Undying off guard a little bit, that extra bit of damage. All right, Snake strikes back.
A little bit of something here for Tundra, and they should be able to put the pressure onto the tier 1 top.
And Snake's farmed. All things considered, he does have a drums, so he is pretty close to his Razor's net worth. I guess not too surprising, because Sneyking always does farm a lot, but Aster, they're going to keep fighting. They have Ravage back up. They're set up around mid lane.
And these fights are still going to be scary for 9 to turn up to. You know, he gets caught by the Ravage into the stun for Sumail. They'll easily have the damage to dispose of this Razor.
Yeah, and I'm still not feeling the effect of, you know, they have to move this Visage, as we said, from 3 position because he was playing versus the Nagasar. Not feeling it right now.
Oh, 9.
9.
Steps up, he's going to get caught by Gush. XXS, he's holding back on using the Ravage. He doesn't feel the 9's worth it.
I was checking to see if there was a blood grenade on someone, but oh, look at this.
Oh.
Oh, it's juicy.
All right, they'll take that, what, triple ancient stack?
Yeah, 3 or 4. Oh my, they get all of it.
They really do. They really do. Aster.
Go for top tower, probably. And they might even just reload for top, actually. Yeah, Monet. He's got the setup.
Yeah, the net's there. Sumail able to line up the stun. 33, is there any chance of running? He'll get the surge off. And Sumail is low on mana. 33 with 6 charges, he'll live this one.
Okay.
He'll live throughout this. He'll manage to get out of there. They'll, you know, take Sumail back over to the triangle here. BoBoKa on the way back.
And we are seeing 9. He knows. He's like, I can't do blade mail. He's going BKB. So
has to
take a little bit of a deviating path because he's so far behind at this point. He can't just have him down.
And as you say, you know, with the way that the draft ended up,
yes,
blade mail would have been. You'd have to have been super far ahead and to got it super fast for it to have impact.
Absolutely, you have to have like one. You have to have won the lane and kind of snowball kill the Cutlash maybe once or twice to be able to have that an advantage item. As Brubster used bottom, XXS. Oh, he gets tethered up. I believe the mech is soon coming out for BoBoKa. They have Ravage available. But Tundra's still farming. All things like 7-1. This is just the Tundra special. They know how to get
want to smoke up around Sneyking.
Okay.
You know, they know the supports are strong now that Aoi's also hit the 6.
They've got stuns finally.
So these two backing up 9. Maybe if they find someone alone, they can get the kill.
Sney does have level 4 Firefly as well too, an insane amount of damage. They can kill Monet if they find him, as long as they find that real one. Rotation's coming in though. Aster, they do not want to let them poke this tower. Bloodstone finished up onto Sumail. He is feeling pretty unkillable at this point unless they full focus fire him and the IO is not there or something like that. But Sumail with a very early Bloodstone pop.
Nothing to be done with that there. I mean, Aoi able to avoid that movement. So the 3 of them were trying to kind of circle around him, but Aoi a step ahead.
They've got the pipe on 33, so it's starting to at least look for like the early game solutions, right? That Lesh is going to be the one that's running around mostly playing the aggression while Monet farms, so this will be nice. If 33 turns up to a lot of these fights with the pipe, he could just kind of turn the tides of it there versus this Lesh. If they're able to tank through the damage, that is. Still definitely not the easiest, but it's going to be a bit of a farm game here.
I mean, who does that favor in your opinion when it comes down to these teams' cores?
I mean, a good question. Kind of like Aster's, but just because they have so much team fight. Now, I'm unsure how the wall is actually gonna, what the wall is really gonna do so much in this game too, but I'm unsure. Because the Bloodseeker core-to-core matchup versus the Naga Siren can definitely go both ways depending on how the timings of those items do come out. If Skiter's able to actually keep at pace with the Naga, he could definitely transition he could scale pretty damn hard. Because the itemization is natural for a Bloodseeker versus Naga. You can just, you know, either Gleipnir, Mjolnir, etc., stuff like that, BKBs. Mech's online though, so Aster can definitely kick tempo up here a bit here with Lesh, with the Sumail being so strong with the backup. Especially because 9 is still road to recovery. He's actually switched the build. He's gone for Yasha now, so incredibly fragile on this Razor.
Top Sneyking. He's gonna get caught. The hammer's there in time from XXS.
I love that we're seeing this again, actually. I feel like it just disappeared from the meta, and now we're only seeing one hero in the game by Meteor Hammer, and it's Tidehunter.
We get it sometimes on Doom.
Yeah, I don't like that, though.
You don't like the Doom?
No, I don't really like it so much. 9. Let's play up top here.
Do have the relocate coming in, and XXS will have potential with the Ravage to turn this around. They'll lose Pichu, but may have the chance to set up for 9 in return. Actually, out with the Familiars. They're in with the Familiar stun onto the 2 of them. And Sumail, he
cannot heal.
Bloodstone heal. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? No, he's gone. 9 survives, takes the double. They'll turn towards XXS. He tries for a TP out. They might not be able to stop it with a stun, but they'll stop it with the damage.
Wow. Hey, that was the pipe, I guess. Blocked how much? Blocked like all the damage. It felt like they could just easily focus firing him there. Nobody took anything. That was actually pretty surprising. So cool. 9 decides to go for, of course, as we saw, like the Yasha, and he's going for S and Y. I guess we're seeing why. Because if he's going to be rallied around the Darkseer, he's actually very tanky versus this magic.
Yeah, I think that caught Aster by surprise.
Definitely.
They felt that they could kind of go all in on that fight. And
I mean, look at
not the case. They just didn't have the numbers in terms of their damage output.
Look at the fight recap if we did bring it up. I mean, there's 3k damage done. I mean, it goes away, but it was 3k damage done from Aster, 9,000 damage done from the side of Tundra, 5,000 just from the Razor himself.
I'm definitely seeing the potential there of 9, and indeed there we have 33. That pipe pickup moments before this fight absolutely making the difference and ensuring that Sumail, he barely gets to do any damage at all despite pumping out all the spells. Let's see what the next move's going to be. All throughout that, Monet was finding space. Same to be said for Skiter, both carries. Farming away. Monet having the slight edge. Anta done, and 600 gold away from having the Orchid.
That was a huge hit, though, really. They're just keeping it neck. Like you said, they're still farming, but it's definitely some concerns when it came to team fights there. They just showed they can take the fight, especially if they keep this Razor alive. Aster needed to get kind of the ideal connection there where they actually get the chain stun, right? The Ravage into the stun from the Lesh, but they weren't quite able to because 9 is speedy. He's able to disengage. And now with S&Y, he could actually, even more so, break the chain stun, get himself around it, and potentially tank up through all of it with this build that we see at 33. It's Pipe and Mech, and they're looking to fight. They're feeling strong. A BKB now on Skiter. I think Aster needs to be careful. This does not feel easy for them to fight into this now.
See if they can get away with this. Into the pit they go. Not looking like Tundra. Okay, now with the smoke, they're going to try and move with the 4 of them. 9's heading over.
This is cool. They're gonna.
They might get there in time.
It's gonna be very close.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be able to challenge this Tundra.
He's running in. Level 4 vacuum.
It's getting low. See if he can get it for the setup. Snake is going to step forward. They use the song. Song here to ensure they can finish Roshan, grab the Aegis on Sumail.
They've got a Ravage.
He's ready, XXS, and out it comes here. We'll catch on to the 3 of them. They'll try and focus Sneyking first, but with the Firefly, he's able to get back out of the pit. 9 moves him with the Static Link on towards Monet. There's 9. Has to keep the distance for Sumail. XXS gets back in with the Gush of the Anchor Smash, takes down 9.
Skiter's cleaning up.
Sumail still got mana to play with, but indeed with this BKB, Skiter, it finally comes to an end. Sumail trying to close the gap on Skiter. Skiter, can he get away from this angry lightning pony? Surge is there. Skiter's running away. He'll escape. Sneyking, he'll be the one left behind as Aster will clean up the bat.
Sney?
Is he actually going to get out with his Firefly?
Oh, he has no TP though. Firefly.
He's hiding in the corner of the map. They're actually going to give up on chasing him. Sneyking gets out alive.
Not bad from Tundra.
They're finding some action, and in a difficult situation as well, where Aster were able to secure Roche with the song. But yeah, Tundra still able to pick up a decent bit of action from that, and Skiter and such getting away.
Both teams reacting nicely to the way they're all set up, right? You saw that Aster, they're like, oh my god, they're surging in. They split up. It was only a 2-man vacuum. It looked like it was potentially going to get like 4 or 5 at the start there, but only a 2-man to start it off. Re-engage, disengage. Monet does get caught. Skiter full commits onto him there. So Skiter, very happy, especially because he was able to get himself away out of that fight afterwards. He's 205 last hits versus 227 last hits of the Nagastar. This Bloodseeker is farming like an absolute beast.
Yeah, this is impressive stuff. I mean, considering as well, sure, Monet had the tough start in the lane, but other than that, he's been pretty much having the complete half of his map to freely farm. So the fact that Skiter's keeping up on this Bloodseeker is, yeah, pretty impressive.
He almost has Mjolnir. And it's a really good game for the Mjolnir, not just because he's versus Nagasarn, but I always like to reference, in fact, too, it's when there's lots of damage instances. So you're playing versus Lesh, it's going to be proccing, it's going to be dishing out that damage constantly, so.
Group up for the easy Tormentor.
He gets it. Pretty damn good one. Can never really complain about that. And 9, now he is going to go back for the BKB himself, so. If he does, once he has the BKB in that last fight, like, yeah, he's gonna be able to kite and survive as long as he has it active. Don't have any type of control there on the side of Aster to go through these BKBs. Well, on the side of Tundra, they have a lot of different ways to actually be annoying versus BKBs, but I don't think we'll see those come out really for the side of Aster for a long time. Tundra. Looking to battle here, but Ravage is at the ready. XXS having a pipe too to rally around.
Yeah, they're respecting that timing here, Tundra.
Bottom. 9. He's been found. Monet.
They've got him. Setups there.
Damage.
Monet able to do this now with this Orchid complete. Anybody he finds, easy setup for the global backup to come in from BoBoKa and Sumail.
33. Stepping back up.
It's going to turn and commit with the wall there onto XXS.
I mean, Sumail is in the area here. I don't know if Tundra wants to mess with this Leshrac.
Yeah, not when 9's down.
Let's see.
See if they can try, but Sneyking, he's got the lasso.
He's got a shield rune.
He's coming in from BoBoKa. They'll be able to take the shield rune out, but Sumail still alive. Skiter has to run. XXS, he's still got the Ravage available. Holds back on it because he knows that the BKB potential is there from Skiter. Indeed, BKB comes out from Skiter. He'll continue to escape. They'll turn their efforts towards potentially Owie instead. Zowie.
Nice line break.
We'll manage to get the knockback there, Sneyking. Trying to separate them from Owie.
Monet wants him.
Oh, he does.
Oh, can he get the bird stun?
Oh,
nope.
He's going to be able to get the net off. Before the familiar stun holds back Monet. Aster picking up the kills, slamming down that little bit of a lead that Tundra were building up. And Monet doing a great job of getting involved in the action. It's going to help speed him towards that next time, towards that heart.
I feel like people are getting caught off by the relocate, right? I don't think they expected that one. Most people don't lately, it feels like. We're not seeing too much of Io, so it does get them off guard there a little bit there. It's enabling Sumail nicely to just be that beast that they can play around nicely to give the space, as Monet is taking that space. Sumail's an issue. Especially in that fight. Shield rune, mech pipe, how do you bring him down? They committed everything onto him and actually didn't really drop him low whatsoever.
Yeah, he's going to be super close to his next start now, just 1,400 gold away from the full Aghanim's on Sumail.
It's actually quite a nice game for this. It's going to be good versus even like any illusions that get created. He's going to be really scary on Sumail. And, oh, the dream!
Oh, there you go.
Okay, yeah, you got a Visage shard on your side. We got an Io shard with the Lesh. That is actually probably the best. I mean, even though Undying, the shard is incredible, that is amazing. Sney gets clipped.
They can maybe turn this into a bit of a push down to tier 2 if they want to, Aster. Creep wave coming across.
That's a pretty, I would say that's a pretty good use of the Aegis overall. Gotten quite a bit out of the map here. They haven't had to actually really expend too much. Like, Ravage is still up. They didn't have to waste. They're getting all this farm. Monet is now outpacing the Bloodseeker. And yeah, seeing Skiter's next item choice, he's got the Aghanims queued up, so versus those illusions and everything too. Cool. Wondering if his BKB is gonna, if their BKBs are gonna last long enough. That's kind of my concern for Tundra. The Razor BKB and the Bloodseeker BKB versus this crazy amount of sustain that Aster has in these upcoming fights.
They're gonna try and go for XXS.
Good link.
Has backup, and he will indeed not get the chance to use the Ravage because 9's popped the BKB, so no point. Spending the ultimate for that. Nice vacuum there. Oh my.
The bird stuns.
The 4 of them. The follow-up stun comes in. They get completely destroyed. Triple kill for 9. They're going to get the cleanup.
Okay, well.
They weren't ready for that.
They were not.
They wanted a fight there, coming in with a relocate, bringing in the whole team. And then 33 says no, that the combo indeed comes out. And Aster, they're completely dead.
I was hoping we'd get to see the combo at least once or twice, but I didn't think we'd get to see it that nice. I think he got the resummon too, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 stuns coming out from Aoi with that combo there.
I just completely destroyed him.
That was pretty.
It blows it up to a 6k lead now for Tundra.
And now, hey, Skiter didn't have to use his BKB there. He just shows up and he's able to clean up.
Yeah, those fights like that, they're devastating for Aster. We'll see again.
I mean, 9 played this so well. He just gets the link,
and then
full link on time.
4-man vacuum, into the stuns. Nothing to be done there by Aster. The fight's over at that point.
Completely.
More than over.
Literal perfect connection on the Wombo combo. Blood right, bird stuns. It actually wasn't 4 stuns, okay. It was just a resummon into double stun. But either way, it does the damage. 7 quickly into Tundra now.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. You wipe a team, you're going to get rewarded like this. Huge boost up here for the entirety of Tundra's golds and XP. Skitter's level 18. Aghanims is going to be done for the next fight. Ooh. And that's just going to be even more potent in these situations where everyone's as grouped up as they are. And he's just able to get in on top of them with the blood mist. Now, heart stun for Monet.
They still got some good item timings here on Aster. Heart done Monet, Aghanim's done for Sumail, and I believe, yeah, XXS. He did have the blink before that fight, and he's the one who got initiated on, so for overall for XXS, he has to be careful of that Razor. The Razor, in particular, the Link, does not want to get just focused, because he can't Ravage. You're pump faking Ravage, 9 is just waiting for his BKB so he can chill on you.
Yeah, we saw sort of like last few times, Skiter and 9 using the BKBs really nicely around XXS, making it very hard for him to make the call.
And I'm looking, they're not building Force Staff. So I'm seeing Undying, he's got drums and he's going for the Boots the Bearing. I'd like for him to go Force Staff to give a disengage for XXS to get away from this Link.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Huge hit there from Tundra. And ooh, okay, 9. Very close to having his Nullifier done. So
Skiter is going to start things here with a Rupture. He's looking for XXS, pots the BKB, he wants to come in for this kill, goes up to high ground, takes him out of the tier 3, they're going to turn towards Sumail as well. Sumail.
He's got the Axe.
He's got the Axe, a bit of protection here with the Nihilism. They're over for BoBoKa, BoBoKa's going to opt to take him out.
Okay.
Gets him away from the fight.
That's the 1 BKB use, Skiter. Actually, that's 2 BKB use, so Tundra. We'll have to back away after that kill. Full retreat. But another good hit, they find XXS again. Aster, they're going to
have to go now.
Double BKBs, everything was pretty much used. Double BKBs, Rupture Wall. What can they find?
Don't have Tide though. No Ravage to play with on this.
Sure.
So doing it is just the 4 of them, but if Monet can find the opening, maybe they can get something from this. Got eyes on 33, but the Surge is already there. 33 not going to get caught by the Naga Siren.
Ooh, I like that he bought a shard, right, on the Darkseer? He did. I actually love this shard. I think like most situations, it's extremely beneficial to stop any type of chase forwards. Actually kind of saw it there, slowing them down when they're trying to go for it. As Aster's still hunting.
They got Sneyking.
They'll get Sneyking, but they wanted a bigger target here as the BKBs, how long until they're back up? About 20 seconds. And Tundra with those, they will be ready to fight versus Tide. How long on Roche? 15 seconds. They do kill it fast on Aster.
That could be a good one for Aster, yeah.
Because they've got this, they've got this Undying, they've got this Naga. Be able to clear it super fast. And this one does have a cheese. So kind of like 3 lives in particular for whoever's going to be tethered up.
Tundra's setting up around the tier 2. Aster, they can indeed fall back, head towards the Roshan pit. We saw last time round, despite that they got the Roshan and the Aegis, Tundra was still able to pull a good fight against Aster.
You've been watching Aoi with his birds this whole time too, by the way. Aoi's cutting waves. I mean, it's typical for him. He's denying Wisdom Runes, cutting waves and stuff like that. I mean, a typical AUI being very annoying with his macro. Or with his micro, sorry.
No, this time around, they'll get Roshan without a fight occurring by the looks of it. Tundra, they are grouped to the tier 2, but won't be able to make it in time.
Look at this. He's like abusing the birds. He's putting one in the trees so the creeps can't actually hit it. He's completely cutting bottom wave and almost taking it
what is this?
Like, Aoi's actually just breaking the game a little bit right here with his Vicious Micro. He's literally been down there. I don't even know how long these birds have been here because I was distracted by other stuff, but at least like a minute and a half or so. As Aster trying to full retreat here, but BoBoKa's been left behind.
Yeah, they'll lose BoBoKa. And, they get themselves down to the bottom half, but they can't go for a tier 2 push because of this creep cutting that Aoi's doing.
I mean, look at this. He's getting so much farm out of it. He's clearing... I don't know how many creep waves it's been. I want to say maybe 6 or 7 creep waves he's gotten just like this. What are we witnessing? I mean, Monet you have to kill these birds.
Someone's got to come back here and do so.
But you can't hit him with melee units. The way that he's
Because of the
playing.
way that
Look,
he's
he's
holding
tipping him.
He doesn't get the whole wave this time, but
Whatever.
yeah. Just free gold
All right,
for
noted.
Owie.
Wait till you see this in your pubs, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, so who can get over here and do something about this?
Like nobody. Like the Lesh.
Like,
You don't want to send him there either, so they gotta just, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what you do. You gotta just ignore that. That sucks.
there's one lane that you're never going to have.
And this is causing issues, like actually.
I mean, they wanted to push that tier 2. That was the place they wanted to connect to after, you know, taking the gate over towards the bottom lane. So, yeah, every wave. Every
Ow.
wave's just gone.
Ow, you nerd! I told him I was gonna
Look at
flame
this.
him before this game, but how can I flame this? Oh my god, that's disgusting. Like, the lane is
Yeah.
just infinitely pushed.
You're never going to have a lane.
And this is such a Tundra thing now too, because look at the other 2 lanes. Two
I mean,
lanes are
what-
shoved.
what-
All 3 lanes are shoved. Where do you go?
I mean, what's Aster even doing down there?
I mean, they're
They
gonna get
might
kills
kill
on Sneyking,
Sneyking.
but
But
what is,
you're never going to get any objectives down. I mean,
they have to just force the issue.
They're going to try and go for the backdoor protection,
They can.
which they indeed, but the full 4 of them they can.
Okay, but I mean, look at this. He's still cutting all the waves.
I mean, I don't think he's going to stop it. Oh, he'll let a few creeps slip there.
But he's getting the catapult. Oh, I'm gonna get too distracted by this.
Tower is under attack.
He actually is just getting way too much farm out of this, though. He's almost got a Lotus Orb now after Solar Crest drums.
yeah, he's just
Position's
getting
coming out huge.
every wave of gold.
Yep. Monet's continuing to get large. He now has a butterfly timing, and that's going to be quite a bit, I believe, before Skiter's even on the realms of anything toward an MKB. But as we've seen, they have a lot of like magic damage and mixed damage to be able to blow him up anyway.
Dude, this is great. Yeah.
This is cheating.
Dude, you know what?
He's cheating.
You know what the strat is? You go in your pubs, go mid Visage, hit 6, and then you can just take 2 lanes of creeps. You know, you farm mid and you farm the bottom with
cheating.
your Visage. I mean, your safe laner might not be too happy, but
Cap, do you
think
see
of
this?
the gold.
You see how Owie is cutting waves with his Visage familiars
Look at
for the
this.
last 5 minutes.
Did it again.
And Aster just can't look. He's just doing this and put him in the trees, and then he cuts the whole wave. It's been 5 minutes or something, or 4 minutes of this. And they actually send
Here we go.
Sumail.
Sumail's had enough. He's like,
He's the only one
"Come
who
on.
can clear him.
Come on now. There we go.
This is absurd. This is such a Curtis move, right? All right, well, I mean, that's... Aegis has been up for 3 minutes, and they've had to kind of get pulled around the map. Yeah, they got a tier 2 and like 2 kills on Sneyking, but... Okay. I mean, Tundra. Chilling.
I mean, as the moments pass, of course, Monet is still getting more farm
He is.
than anyone else in the game. You know, he's hitting the creeps way faster than anyone else can keep up. Earlier we saw Skiter being able to keep on par, but naturally at this point, as the Naga Siren, Monet able to take more from the map in these moments. So Butterfly done on top of the heart.
The thing is always going to be that the illusion from the Darkseer is going to be strong. I'm looking to see... I actually was checking to see if BoBoKa was going to go Dagon. Because I've seen IOs go Dagon because you can shoot the creeps as well, too, to heal. You saw that before, right? Because it increases healing and stuff like that, so you can actually heal people. But also, you can clear that illusion from the Darkseer wall. So
Yeah, it might be the strat.
I think eventually they might do that because as the Naga gets bigger, the wall becomes a bigger and bigger problem as well also to deal with. So we'll see if they do look for more and more things because it's been it's staying around like that 7K.
I mean, yeah, the big difference in terms of the overall team net worth is between the supports, right? It's Owie and Sneyking. A lot more farm than Pichu and BoBoKa at this point.
It looks like they're gonna have 5 cores very quickly. I mean, they already kind of are 5 cores. They're catching up to this Tidehunter.
It's going to be sort of the 5 cores against the 2, right? It's a Sumail and Monet.
And
See if this Lesh and Naga can carry against this sort of very split net worth that Tundra do have amongst their five very strong heroes.
this is gonna be quite a treat to watch how these fights do go out. Monet towards the north side. Monet's very close to a BKB. They actually get a rupture onto the real one.
Yeah, Skeeter's going to start the fight here, commits him with the BKB. Monet, he's going to get taken out of this. BoBoKa will save him.
Sumail's isolated.
It means the others are left behind.
Aegis,
Sumail,
2 seconds.
the Bloodstone is gone.
It's gone.
No, but he's dead. He's dead. Nine's in with another fire. Sumail's out. The timing's falling perfectly there for Tundra, as now they'll chase down more. They'll look towards XXS, the flame break, splitting him from BoBoKa as
What a fight.
XXS is gone. BoBoKa out as well. Tundra strike at the perfect time.
I mean, did Sumail, like, did he pop the stick in the Bloodstone? So I think he actually prevented the Aegis from popping to maybe have him. I think he dies anyway. But either way, whatever.
I think he came up.
He's probably dead
I think
anyway.
he popped them after he knew that the Aegis was
Okay,
going to go.
all right. Either way, I think it doesn't
I don't
matter.
think he could have died quicker.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he could have.
I don't know. Either way, I think it doesn't matter. No matter what, I think that fight's over when Monet gets spotted and he gets first ruptured. I think there's like...
Yeah, they would have been probably able to kill Sumail twice even if he played it in a way that did allow him to benefit from the Aegis. Yeah, that fight went kind of that hard in favor of Tundra.
I mean, they're completely stomping now.
Yeah, they just the team play right. It looked like from the start, and especially with the farm that Monet was getting, that maybe Aster were going to be able to keep this tempo slow, get this game in a good position for the Naga Siren. But these team fights, Tundra have just destroyed them. Monet's got the setup.
Everyone's respawning.
Are they going to be able to get here in time to benefit off the song?
Where's the BKBs? There's still cooldown. Ravage.
Let's see if they can catch. It's a 4-man Ravage, and they're focusing 33. They'll get 33.
Skiter.
He's trying to stand his ground, but he's caught by the stuns. 2 cores to be found, maybe more. They'll look over towards 9. 9 has the BKB back up in 7 seconds. Net's there. Can they kill him quick enough? 2 seconds to BKB, but the hammer comes in. Aster, they will hold. Monet with the song sets up for the turnaround. They keep the base safe. They keep the tier 3 alive. I mean, talking about perfect timings earlier from Tundra in that fight where they abused the fact that the Aegis expired. That one there, the song, seconds before the whole team respawns. This time has to catch Tundra off guard.
I think they literally caught them sleeping with the sleep because all 5 heroes were clumped up on the high ground.
They weren't ready for that sort of play. I guess they were looking at the top, kind of like myself. They're like, oh, the team's dead. It's just Monet. What's Monet going to be able to do? But that kind of duration of the song just long enough to carry Aster over to the point where everyone was back up, everyone could TP in, and the follow-up's there.
But Owen, where's the creep wave?
Well, where's he cutting now? He's on the mid lane now, right? Yeah. Now he's making sure there's no mid lane. So indeed, they won't be able to push an objective, or at least push the tier 2.
How frustrating. Look at this, he's dragging the waves, they're pinging it.
I mean, you can try and get 2 at the same time, right? Sort of drag the mid over.
That's a little bit
grab the bottom.
That's a little bit too much.
I think he can deal with both, right? Because you just have to kill the range creeps, and then the melee creeps, as we've seen, just can't kill you. Sumail's here.
Sumail's got this. He knows he's the answer to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay. I mean, Aster, they catch Tundra quite a bit off guard there, and
they did.
They're
back. They do. That's impressive, especially considering the last few moments, the last few fights. Tundra, they've had Aster's number, but Aster indeed showing that they could come out with the smart stuff too.
Back and forth we go. And now Tundra, Ravage is on cooldown. Song is going to be back up, but Ravage about 40 seconds or so. They're going to look to try to catch them off guard here, but the lane's not in the best position for them to actually just smoke and go for a catch play here. Sneyking, he's going to get spotted going for a D-ward, and Roche, it is going to be a bit of a longer respawn here, 2 minutes.
Okay. And Monet still with, especially after that fight, a sizable lead in gold. BKB's done.
He's close to Bloodthorn.
The Bloodthorn.
Yeah.
And the Naga Siren is massive.
He just can't, I mean, it's one of these 2 heroes can't get targeted first. Like the Naga and the Tidehunter, it feels like them getting ruptured does cause a bit of a disaster there for Aster. So let's see how they do set up for this next fight. They're going to actually smoke, look for an opportunity. Ravage is back online.
9. Trying to scout things out, but Tundra, they might be caught out by this. Aster's wrapping around from the side.
The illusion's being sent.
XXS, he's going to be spotted. Looking towards him. They know the tide's here. They'll know that Aster's coming from this angle.
They see 9 on the north side.
He's able to keep the familiars alive. Skiter's going to go in. Wants to try and force XXS out of this fight. XXS getting low. They'll get him before he can get anything off. Song's there, but the BKB's already out from Tundra. They're trying to stay on top of Sumail, but the BKB's now in. So the Song holds them back.
XXS buyback.
He's in with the buyback. He's ready to rejoin them, TPing over here towards the outpost. Skiter turns over towards Pichu, chases down the Undying, but is able to kite him. Turns instead towards BoBoKa. The buybacks are coming out. The Ravage is
huge
there.
Ravage.
He's got the stun lockdown onto Skiter. Skiter's out. He'll buy back though. Now that the Ravage is gone, Skiter wants to get back and fight into this. 9. He's moving forward. XXS brought back for this one. 9 with the static link on towards the Tidehunter. 9 himself falling rather low.
Nice cheese pass off mid-fight. They give it to Monet. He was low.
Yeah, they'll back out of this Aster. They don't want to fight without the Ravage, and they themselves using 3 buybacks for that team fight.
They got the big one, though. Skiter did use his buyback. He has no BKB.
They have to get Roshan. I mean, Roshan's going to be huge here for both teams with the buyback situations.
Skiter has to be incredibly careful in these next few moments, too. If he gets caught, the game could just quickly disappear.
I don't know. I mean, can Tundra force Aster around out of the pit in this sort of situation?
It doesn't feel the easiest. They have wall back up, actually.
They're going to try. They're smoking up.
Let's see who they find here. BKB, how long? 30 seconds on both of them. It's really tough to run in without your BKBs versus the Lash, even if there's no Ravage.
I mean, if they get kills, buybacks are a little lacking on Aster, so...
This is a refresher shard, though. This could just... I mean, they're not a Ravage.
I think XXS is ready to pick it up. Yeah, 9. He's going to head into the pit. He's going to try and force them away. They get the vacuum. The wall, the familiar stun's coming out. Nine's going to get the kill and get the Aegis. Nine gets the pickups. It's a rough state now, this fight for Aster. They might have to bail out of this one. Monet pops the song. He's going to opt for the song TP. Sumail's TPing out. XXS as well. They'll get away. The TPs will allow themselves to save one another. Pichu's left behind. A good escape there from Aster, but overall, Tundra, they get the Roche, they get that Aegis. Could have been a whole lot messier for Aster, but it's still not great.
No, they at least got the cheese and the refresher shard though, so okay, they do have double Ravage.
Yeah.
I was seeing Sumail actually picked it up in the midst of everything. It was very close. I think 9 actually ran out of inventory slots. I think 9 would have gotten almost everything, but he has Bottle, Paladin Sword, and Magic Wand in his inventory, so whoopsie.
All right.
Slot starved.
Okay, let's see what Tundra can do with this. They've got this Aegis on 9. BKB's back up for Skiter.
Skiter still has to be incredibly careful how he goes for this next play here, because without a buyback here, could just get the lead, and the double Ravage is going to be something that Aster's timing for.
BKB, get him away from Sumail. 9's in on top of Monet. Monet's got to run, and of course, Song's still in cooldown. He does not have that to protect himself. Relocate coming over from BoBoKa. He's in with the tear. That Monet's back up to the high ground.
They protect him.
Get backing away from this. Skiter's turning his attention over towards Sumail. Sumail, not the Bloodstone. Skiter's going to put the BKB. He wants to get back in on this. He feels like he can maybe take down Sumail. He's under the tier 3 tower. Sumail's falling low. They've got him. He's killed Sumail off. Monet turns with the net on towards Skiter, but Skiter's still surviving.
Ravage.
There's the Ravage onto the 3 of them. XA says he puts the refresher. He's a little low on mana. He's not going to be able to get the second Ravage off. He doesn't have enough mana. As that's the tier 3 gone. 3 dead on Aster. The creeps are coming in. They can take this mid set of Rex Tundra and almost certainly look for a second lane. This is all 3 cores dead for a minute. No buyback.
They can get Megas here. They have more than enough time. Yeah. I want to see damage numbers here. Yeah, Skiter, 12k damage in the fight.
I mean, they got close to killing him as well. Maybe if there's just some other way they could get the mana onto the Tide.
Yeah,
they might have had that second Ravage. They might have been able to stop it, but it wasn't the case. 2 racks gone.
I think he didn't do the math, because I'd have to see the replay again, but he Ravaged, Arcane Booted, and then Gushed. And I think if he Arcane Boot Ravaged, he might have had the mana.
Second Ravage, yeah.
It was very close.
I mean, that's the 3 racks, yeah, as you say. Mega creeps out, probably, maybe even the game.
Probably.
I mean, there's 30 seconds still to keep this push going.
Wow. I mean, Tundra. Some Tundra magic coming out in these tame fights with their Wombo combos, but overall, what a game, really. 9 with an unbelievable recovery on this Razor, I want to say.
I gotta say, I love the way that Skiter's playing these fights. You know, he's kind of been the initiator. He just BKB's ruptures, he goes in, he forces the start of the fight, and it's just been too much for Aster.
They make the Viscid support work for Aoi.
Let's see if Aster can push them back in these final moments. It doesn't look like it, and indeed they can't. GG is called. Tundra will take game 1.